All right, welcome back. Let's do a mad dash. We got so many earnings that we haven't even gotten to, but we will. Let's talk Caterpillar.
Right, okay, so the stock was initially up 7, and then it's now down 3. This is because people feel that there's not enough backlog, that things are going to slow down, that China isn't picking up. All right, I'm going to go against the market here. The reason why my down 8, will you give me a break? The reason why my Chapel Trust owns this is because in 2024, there's going to be so much spending that's what you look at. You're not doing this for 2023. They're really only going to buy American for the IRA and for the chips. And it's all going to be CAT. Now, the people who are selling, I mean, this is one of those, it's a very controversial stock. I have a small position. I want to make it much bigger because I'm willing to actually think about the orders coming from the state. Remember, federal government, states make the regs, then they pick general contractors like a Bechtel.
You're talking more about the infrastructure bill than the IRA in some way here, right?
Infrastructure. No, and the people who are selling it because next quarter may not be a blowout, of which I think it will be, frankly, because Bumblebee's coming on tonight, and we're going to talk about that. So this is a set the record straight. There are people who actually want the stock down, too. I want it lower, too, so I can buy the bejesus out of it, because I care about what's going to happen in 2024. I had Gina Raimondo on the show like 1,000 times, Commerce Secretary.
Yes.
The amount of money that is going to go from the GC to them makes it so you shouldn't even be thinking about this year. And yet this year is quite great. He raised the numbers. Well, he doesn't give real forecasts, but you can extrapolate. Now, people just say, listen, if you did that good revenue, you did that good earnings, you should be raising numbers big. He doesn't give guidance, Bumblebee. What did they, I mean, he said over and over again he doesn't give guidance. So anyway, let the stock come down and buy it, okay? Don't bail out these people who don't have any brains. Let them sell it.
Does URI make you give you any pause at all?
Well, URI doesn't use any CAT, and that's really an interesting thing that they've never used CAT. And people who sell it, people always think that they do use CAT. I was the only thing I was perturbed about is that we had. I talked to Judy Marks the other day. Otis is doing really well in China. I would have thought they did better in China. But remember, you buy these guys last off of infrastructure, and URI is not going to be a borrow case. It's a borrow case, whereas you go in, the big guns, the big GCs, they own a lot of CAT. And they are going to do a lot of business. But I once had URI on a few years ago. I said, so what? How do you read through the CAT? And the CEO was this big guy. I loved him, but he just said, actually, if you had done more homework, you would know we don't use CAT. I always thought that if you had done more homework, because that really puts you square, right? They make you feel great.
You never want to say that.
I heard that from Mrs. Tora from 4th grade, and it got back to my dad. My dad wanted to hit me so badly, but, you weren't allowed to hit.
That doesn't get a good reception.
He hit me once because he
did
thought
more
that I
homework.
smoked pot,
I'm like, okay,
did.
thank you for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had done more homework.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I, too, wish I had done more homework. No, I mean, I'm sorry. But, no, they're not a CAT read-through.
Yeah.